Hello, people. Oh God, that's a terrible intro. But anyway, welcome to my video on should you be loyal to your job? Growing up, us Gen Z has been told to get a job and then to climb the corporate ladder, and then eventually you'll be making bank. Well, that is a fat lie, guys. Um, my name is Sui. Um, Welcome to my channel. I am a 25-year-old making 80K per year as a systems engineer. Um, you know, I recently got my raise from 7600 76K per year to 80K per year. And give or take, that is about a 4% raise. You know, to me that that feels like that feels insulting almost sometimes. It feels almost insulting in my situation particularly. So our evaluation, our raises depends on our evaluations that we get yearly, and we have from below average, below average, met expectation, exceeded expectations, and majorly exceeded expectations. So I personally, in my evaluation when I sat down with the manager, is that I got exceeded expectations. He was very proud of the stuff I did, the project I took on, and all the stuff I accomplished over the year. You know, well, I felt greatly insulted, mainly because, you know, I expected more. I personally expected more. My friend's first raise was about 6%, and he also got exceeded expectations, and that was about like a year ago. And his raise was about 6%, and I only got 4%. So apparently, we're getting lower raises now, and I just find that kind of shocking and insulting that our companies uh really doesn't want our engineers to stay. It almost seems like we're not important, and I have been putting a lot of hours into work, and I've been taking on every single project they give me. I go out of my way to make it good, and I've done a lot of stuff for my company. And I just felt like, 4% is it just doesn't feel like it's enough. Maybe I'm just being greedy, but it sucks that, when you expect maybe 5 to 6% just like the year before, but when you get the same result, you only get a 4% raise. And my goal to 100K invested, that is going to take forever. If going by this raise, if the raise doesn't get any lower yearly, that would take me like 4 to 5 years before I can get a salary of 100K. Um, it seems like, loyalty to a company really doesn't seem to be paying off these days. The same friend this year, he got a similar score as I did, but he got a much lower raise. I think his was like a 2.5% raise compared to mine. And that's obviously surprising because he does a lot more at the job. He's a much more important person at the job, to be realistic. But it it's it's he got a lower raise, and that's just him being more. He puts in way more hours than I do, way more time and effort into all his projects than I do, and yet he's getting a lower raise than I am. Um, which is really surprising. It seems like, no matter how loyal you are to the company, it really doesn't matter. You don't need to like, it doesn't seem like you need to be trying your hardest because apparently the harder you try, the lower your raises are. And, you know, because of this situation, I feel like I need to go back out into the market and hopefully, you know, give the market another chance because if I'm gonna sit here and hoping for a higher raise next time, and I don't want to be disappointed again. I'm gonna have to, I might have to start job hopping. I can't, I've been with this company for 2 years already, and I barely got a $4,000 raise over these 2 years, and that's just sad. I just feel like I'm stuck, and yeah. So my plan is to probably start applying for jobs again. Hopefully, I can land a 100K job. But yeah, looks like I'm back out to look for a job again. I guess yeah. Well, that's really about what I wanted to come on here to complain about. So yeah, guys, loyalty doesn't pay, especially at your job. So yeah, don't. I would not recommend climbing the corporate ladder. It is a safe path, but I think it would take you maybe 5 times longer than if you would just job hop. But yeah, guys, do as you will with that information. Appreciate it. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.